best writing I guess I can do for right now, but I could care less right now. But anyways, I'm gonna talk about INTP's ISFP ego, or ego, not INTP's INTP's ISFP super ego. So there's a lot of crap that goes on in INTP's lives, especially if you live in America. And depending on your demographic or your genetics, if you're African American, it's gonna be a lot worse for you. I mean, it's gonna be worse for you anyways, no matter what gender or race you are. But this is gonna be speaking from I guess African American or Black INTP, whatever you want to classify it as. But dude, us INTPs are just tired of people's crap, really. Because we care so much that you push us to not care, or to teach you a lesson about how to care. But we're not going to physically be there to do that, because we're gonna leave. We're gonna leave because you guys don't honestly care. You guys and girls don't care. You don't care to understand us. And I know some of you guys are gonna think, some of the non-INTPs or the younger INTPs, you're gonna think, well, maybe you might be wrong, or you are wrong and stuff like that. Don't question. You can question our thinking, but you better have facts to prove it, and you better know us. Because if you don't know us, you don't know it. You don't know crap. You don't know what you're talking about, and you should shut up and learn. If you don't shut up and learn, you're part of the problem. You're going to continue to be the problem for the rest of the generations of the human beings. You guys are part of the problem. And us INTPs, we're the solution to our problems, because we figure out, hey, we don't have to deal with your crap anymore. We don't have to deal with saying this or having certain expectations because you want us to have those certain expectations to please you. It's really mentally draining. You create depression in us INTPs because we don't fit in. We don't fit in with the jocks. We don't fit in with the nerds. We don't fit in with the cheerleaders. We don't fit in with the band geeks or whatever, like all that stuff. Yeah, we might do some of that stuff, but there's not really a category for us. We're kind of our own unique person. Kind of found that out from another INTP about a day or two ago, because he knows a lot about me, even though I haven't really said much. I know he's INTP, but he doesn't know what INTP is. And that's the very beauty of it. Because when I teach him what INTP is, he's gonna love it. But back to the point of me showing my ISFP superego. I've been blamed for stuff. I've been criticized for stuff that I haven't even done. Stuff that's in people's heads and in their brains. There's preconceived thoughts that I don't care, or I don't love certain people, or I don't love certain family or family members. I've been accused of that, or by not doing certain things, or by not living up to certain things. I'm tired of that. So I'm just like, I'm doing all I can to make money just to to leave, because I did have money, but I lost a lot of that money because I made a simple mistake. But I'm getting that money back, and I'll be able to be alone. I'll be able to be in that tranquility. You INTPs have to get out of those households as fast as you can if you want inner peace, because a lot of people do not care to understand you. They really don't. That's just the reality. I mean, I guess that can go for every personality type, but it's mostly for INTPs, because people don't care about your FI. Because you slowly develop your FI, and when you show sprinkles and tippy bits of that, you'll see people don't care. Or people are trying to care. They're trying to care, but they don't care because it might be of their self-image, or it's not in the right situation. They're being affiliated with that in terms of pragmatic versus affiliated, like that way of thinking, that philosophy, whatever you want to call it. But it's just flat out right dumb. It's flat out right dumb because you don't care. You don't take the time to understand our way of feeling, how INTPs feel, how we go about feelings. For me, I can tell you, it can take me days, months, maybe even years to process my emotions because I think about it so much. And I had to use all my other cognitive functions just to realize why these certain things are happening. And you know why I'm doing that? Because I'm processing that with my extroverted feeling. I'm focusing all my cognitive functions, not just extroverted feeling or not just introverted feeling, just so I can have this introverted sensing utopia of a family. Because I've never felt loved until about 2-3 days ago when I met this guy named Aaron, this INTP. Because he knows what it's like to be me, he understands it, and he appreciates me. And he wants to see me go forward. I've had 2 ESTPs. One that I can actually teach the psychology with, but he's not an INTP. And I recognize that. And it's very difficult for me to put him above Aaron because that INTP, he knows so much about me, even though I haven't told him much. I gave him information here and there, but those are for future conversations and when we meet each other again, because he's done a lot more talking than me. And like, dude, it's kind of like we're living the same life, or we're living the same journey or life, but in different, bodies or different places. So like our nature's the same, obviously, because we're both INTPs, but the nurture is different because he grew up in a different place than I did. I grew up in Vegas. I grew up in bottom left of the United States. He grew up in the top right of the United States. But the thing is, I'm saying is, you guys are just really annoying. You're really annoying. You're really annoying to us because you irritate the crap out of us because you guys don't listen to us, or you guys don't appreciate us. You may say it, but that's based off of what you want us to do. We have our own way of living, just like anyone else does. But the difference is between us versus them is that we're looked at weird, we're frowned upon, we're disliked, we're told that we're on camera, we're unthoughtful, we're insensitive. We're told all that stuff. Us INTPs, we gotta deal with that for our whole lives. Some of us live like that our entire lives lonely. Some of us don't even get to say that, get to express that, get to explain that to anyone. You guys hurt us so much. And we don't expect anything from you. We don't expect anything from you. We would appreciate the love and kindness and the time and to consider our thoughts. We would appreciate that. But we don't expect it from you guys and gals. We don't expect it. And then you people create this unnecessary drama. You guys are part of the problem. You people are why the human race is so dumb, so stupid, This is why a lot of people, this is why a lot of you people can also be depressed like INTPs, because we're hurting and then we don't want to be affiliated with you. And then you wonder why, oh, why is my son, why is my daughter, why is my dad? Hopefully INTPs, our parents are not like this, but if they are like this, if they're apathetic to their children or something like that, that's on society. That's also their responsibility. But that's when an INTP is being a parent, or if INTP is a parent, they're hurting like that. It's almost like it's the only thing they know how to do. It's be hurt, because that's what they've been taught pretty much their whole life. So it makes sense for them to be hurt, because, oh, I gotta live like this, and I gotta repeat this over and over and over again. I'm never gonna meet someone who understands me. That's basically how a lot of us, most of us INTPs live. We live with the thought of, oh, no one's gonna understand us. People are gonna think we're weird. We're socially awkward. And we're pretty much fine with a lot of those labels, but because a lot of those labels at the same time, they don't really mean that much to us. Because a lot of that stuff that you guys and gals are saying is just coming out of your butt, because you really don't know what you're saying. You don't really know what you're talking about. We do, but it's like a mirror effect, because us INTPs know that you guys and gals don't know what you're talking about, but you think we don't know what we're talking about. And you create this negative, pessimistic person in your head. When us INTPs, what's going on in our head right now is like, oh, this person's not listening, when you're thinking the worst of us. And when us INTPs, we're trying to imagine this utopia where everyone can understand each other, when everyone's getting along with each other, because that's all we wanted our whole life. But you guys don't give 2 cents, $1, quarters of a crap about how we feel and how we want our utopia. And the thing is, it's not that you guys don't give a crap. You don't even see it. You don't even see that in us. You don't even see that we're trying to do that. We're trying to create a paradise for humanity. You don't see it. You really don't see it. Ignorant fools. Like, man. Is humanity trying to doom humanity? I don't get it. I don't understand it. I really don't. Or maybe I do, and I just don't remember right now, because I'm acting in the moment. No, I'm not acting. I'm being in the moment. This is what my ISFP superego looks like. When so many pathetic people in your life bring you down. But you know what? I'm rising up. I'm rising up because I care. I actually give a crap. I can see inconsistencies. I have TI, I have NE, I have introverted thinking, extroverted intuition, introverted sensing, extroverted feeling, because I'm an INTP and I care. I give a crap about people. Whether you think it or you don't think it. Or whether you think I do or I don't. Because most of you guys don't understand. Funny enough, a lot of people watching this video who are not INTPs, or maybe even African American or black INTPs like me, you're not going to understand this either. And that's the sad part, because you're either failing to understand who an INTP is, or maybe you just don't fully understand us. And maybe this is a chance for you to do that and to actually contribute to INTPs and humanity. Because if you look at it, a lot of us are hurting. Most of us are hurting. At least in America. Or in societies where people are just constantly looked down upon. I mean, being African American or a black guy, I get criticized for pretty much a lot of things. You can get criticized for how you look, how you talk. You don't really have to worry about that from different races. I mean, people look at me skinny and like, oh, he's skinny. He needs to eat more. Or he's socially awkward. He needs to go out more. You know, all this crap that people are just willfully ignorant about. This video, I'm just asking people to grow up. I'm asking people to do that. I'm not expecting people to do that. I'm asking people. And if you're willing to do that, that's cool. You can make me happy and I can make you happy. And I can make people around you happy because I can appreciate you and I can appreciate people around you. We can be better ESFJs than the ESFJ themselves. And funny enough, ESFJs can be a better INTP than us INTPs. Yeah, I said that. But that's whatever that means to each individual. Like I'm not gonna really explain what that means because that's more of an opinion than a fact. How I'm portraying what I'm saying about that. Okay, I'll explain a little bit. But about us being better ESFJs than an actual ESFJ is we will go out of our way to be the best cheerleader, to be the best partner, to be the best brother, to be the best sister, human being, part of your life. We will go out of our way to do that. I mean, we're kind of doing it now with learning about ourselves or just learning to love ourselves because we want that paradise. And we're going to push it whether you guys see it or not. Because I know a lot of you guys are living in La La Land where it's like, oh no, this guy's trying to bring the house down. Or they're trying to bring the house down. Oh, he's doing this or he's not doing this. She's not doing that. She's going to do this, you know. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. See what happens. Because us INTPs, we're going to keep being INTPs. Us INTPs who want to make a difference will make a difference. The ones who want to stay depressed will stay depressed. Maybe all of us are going to stay depressed for the rest of our lives, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to do anything. We're going to make a difference. We're going to start something. We're going to build a community based off of learning and loving each other. And if you don't want to be a part of that, or if you don't understand that, that is fine. You can show your way to the door. If you want to create chaos, you better be prepared. We'll be prepared for you. And we'll fight you every time. And when you fight us every time, no matter what, if we lose or win, we're still going to fight you and expect to get hit every time. Even if we lose every time, we're still going to hit you every time. You better be prepared for that. You better be prepared. Because us INTPs, we have a high endurance. We have a high tolerance for things. You know, a lot of us INTPs have been depressed for 20 years. I've been depressed for 20, 21 years. I don't really count like me being like months old or 1 year old or 2 years old, at least for myself, in my experience, because I don't really remember those days. I wasn't really conscious during those times in my life until I was like 3 or 4 or something like that. I know 4, but I don't know about 3. But man, at least a lot of you guys get to see what a INTP, ISFP, Superego is like. At least an African American, a black guy. But not all of us are the same. Because I grew up in 2 different households. I grew up in a middle class or mid-lower or middle class. And I'm talking about like currency, or financial status. And I also grew up in a lower mid and a lower upper class too. Like, I switched between those two different financial class households one part of the week and the other part of the week. I did that with my sister for about 17 years. Or not 17 years, about like 13 to 15 years. And I still don't feel connected to her. I still don't feel connected to my sister. I still don't. Because there's a cognitive dissonance. There's a cognitive dissonance because there's a lack of understanding. I'm willing to put the effort to understand her. She's trying to do it for me. I can see that she's trying, but she's not trying hard enough. I can tell you that. I'm pretty sure I'm the only family member, and with my last name, at least that I know of, who actually studies this branch or this particular way of psychology, about the cognitive functions, about the four sides of the mind: pragmatic versus affiliative, systematic versus interest, NTs, SPs, NFs, INFPs, INTPs, SFJs, NTJs, SFPs, all that stuff. I don't know who else is putting in the time. Probably because they're not as hurt as me. But I'm putting in the time. A lot of people don't see it. Or maybe the people who do see it, they see it as a cult. They see it as a cult, or I'm being brainwashed. When they're not aware of who an INTP is, when they have their own introverted thinking as their top cognitive function, and went into INTP's top cognitive function, oh wait, INTPs think for themselves. Yeah, I don't think people would know that. Actually, people don't. But just saying. I'm just saying. My INTP, Aaron, he's I mean, we both been shadow focused, and he's been more shadow focused and superego focused, because he's got like 89 or 84 months on me, which is about like 7 years. He's like 7 years older than me in a few months, so that's like 89 or something like that. I did the math like 2 times beforehand, but I'm not going to do the math right now. But yeah, he's got a vision, and he actually started bringing it to life ever since we started talking to each other, and it's really nice. It is really nice to see another INTP motivated, because I know what it's like to be motivated myself. He wants to make his utopia, and I'm so down for it. I can see it. This other INTP I know in Vegas, his name is Rodney. He went to Oscorps. I don't remember what that is, but that's another utopia where people can live in peace and harmony, when people can build stuff and play with their minds, their heads, experiment, and all that stuff. He wants people of any class, rich or poor, all of the above, or non-affiliated, to be able to experiment that haven't been able to do that before. The INTP I have here, which is Aaron, he wants to create a utopia of inner peace, inner love, tranquility. That's what he wants. He wants paradise in the hood. That's what he calls his movement. It can be a movement. It can be a lot more than that. It can be a lot less than that. But that's up to us individuals to decide. In my utopia, my INTP utopia is And mind you this, everyone who's watching, a utopia for INTP is extroverted feeling and an introverted feeling. It is our weakest functions. Our weakest function in the ego and our weakest function in our shadow, which would be our strongest function in our subconscious and our strongest function in our superego. My utopia is to spread awareness of how each and every culture works, and how for us to understand each other and appreciate each other for what we have. We're gonna have disagreements, but at least we know and respect where we all come from. That's my INTP utopia. I mean, in my way of thinking, in my way of feeling, it's tied to like this comic series where there's multiple different universes of me spread out on different planets, or what people would call different alien planets, and we all live and learn of that planet, the culture, the races, the way of life there, different ways of lives on some different planets. You know, all the science, all the math, all the reading, all the music, to everything is so different. It's what makes everything unique and everything not at the same time. Because we're just beings in the universe. We're here, we're there, we're gone. But yeah, that's pretty much enough of my ISFP superego. That's a lot of stress, man. But yeah, toodaloo. See you later.